Hello, Uplanders. There's lots of new information about Upland Racing. There was a half-hour interview between Dak of the Upland Racing League and Jeremy, Upland's product manager for racing. Now, I watched that interview, so you don't have to. In this video, I'm breaking down the 10 important takeaways from that video. This video is sponsored by Power Motor Showroom, located at 4165 Chevy Chase Drive in Atwater Village, located right here. More on them later in the video. There are going to be lots of activities and meta-ventures structured around cars. It's not only going to be about racing, and all of these will have an important impact on the upland economy. One of those is having the ability to travel with a car between different cities. Jeremy mentioned that this is ready for development and is just awaiting resources in order to start working on this. And this is a different development team than the one that is working on racing. There are three starting factors that can really influence the outcome of a race, those being the car you select, the block explorer you select, and the track that you're driving on. Your block explorer will have trainable attributes that you can work on in order to improve your racing. This feature has been moved down the priority list. Players will have the ability to create their own racetracks, which will obviously be mapped to the real world. One of the big questions that Upland has is who is going to be the race owner. Is it going to be the person who starts the race or the person who owns the racetrack? Jeremy said that Upland is still weighing the pros and cons of each of these different options and working to come to a solution. Let me know in the comments below, who do you think should be the owner of the race? I mentioned one of the three important assets in order to succeed in a race is having a car. There are different types of cars, and some will be better at racing than others, and some vehicles like vans or trucks will be better at transporting people and goods from different places. Before you purchase a vehicle, always make sure to check out its profile and view the different attributes that this car has. There is natural wear and tear on cars, and you might even get into an accident while racing. So car showrooms like Will the Boxer's Power Motor Showroom will be an important place where players will be able to buy new and used vehicles. Beyond the base of car racing, that being owning a car, having a block explorer, and the racetrack itself, Upland is currently asking the question of how a player can get better at racing. They are prioritizing interactivity within the races and the ability for a player to change lanes and obstruct another racer from overtaking him in the race. This is another element of how players can become more immersed in the actual race itself. We all know that in the future, players will be able to earn prizes, probably in the form of UPEX and other things, for winning races. Upland's priority around prizes for racing is currently to add functionality and ironing out lots of bugs within the racing. It wouldn't be fair to players who are participating in a race and maybe even put up UPEX in order to enter the race in order to lose on a technicality or a bug. So Upland is currently prioritizing a lot of these other features where you can actually have an influence on you winning the race itself. When you're going to be designing your own racetrack, it's going to have to be without tunnels or bridges at the beginning. This is something that Upland's technical team is not able to support in the meantime, while they just try and work out having a closed loop race in itself. If you're looking to learn how to create a racetrack that can bring value to other people, take a look at the link in the upper right hand corner. I mentioned that in the future, players will be able to get into car accidents while racing, and having a course that crosses over itself is not something that can be done just yet, but it is on the roadmap, and that would obviously include the ability for cars to hit each other when they cross a track. Now, when you're going to be developing races, this one here, the Portage Park Raceway, is exactly 2.2 miles long. The longest a track can be is 2.5 miles or 4 kilometers, and this distance is a technical limitation. In order to provide users with a smooth experience and a fast frame rate, Upland has currently capped the distance of a racetrack to be this 4 kilometers. That race that you just saw my car racing in was this Portage Park Raceway. You can check out the link in the upper right hand corner in order to get to this felt map where you can see all sorts of information about different nodes, racetracks, and even meta-ventures like the Power Motors showroom. Even though starting out, we won't be able to build a racetrack longer than 4 kilometers, but we do have something to look forward to. Jeremy mentioned a race like the Cannonball Run, which is a race spanning over 4,000 kilometers from New York to Los Angeles, with the speed record being 25 hours and 39 minutes, which translates into an average speed of 180 kilometers per hour. A race like this will be technically possible in the Upland metaverse, so it is possible to become extremely creative with the type of racetrack you are trying to create. We just have to give Upland some patience and start rolling out these features. If you want to learn more about car racing, make sure to check out the playlist down below or links in the description below to get to our website. Let me know in the comments below what you're most looking forward to with Upland Car Racing.